Snow and Lambo, something about that combo that just works, like peanut butter and jelly. And we've got half a foot of the white stuff and still coming down here in Green Bay. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Green Bay Packers. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
Let's go. 15 line. 15 line. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to go.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. That's complete to John Ross. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
A gain of 19 yards. And the Bengal first down.
Hey, 40's Mike. 40's Mike right there. 40's Mike. Rip right, rip right.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Set and logo. Check, check. Block 54. Block 54. Check back. Check back. Fire.
2nd and 14. He finds his running back, Mixon. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Hey, let go. Ready?
Now back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where they'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
Let's go now. Hey, Here we go. Alpha.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fox. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, there'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
2nd and 2. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Looking to throw. Love. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. 23 yards for the touchdown. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. Past the 20. 10, and he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice you're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
This one taken from the 7. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
His first carry, he loses the football, and the Bengals grab it.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy. All these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers.
Ready.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Trying to lay one up deep. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I don't think you got it.
The 48-yard line.
Now a first down carry by Jones. On the tackle that time, it's Trey Waynes.
He wasn't ready.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Bengals nothing.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. There goes a deep ball. End zone. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Boy, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Second and long. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Jordan Evans just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. After the sack, they'll come up now, 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
31's the mic. 31's the mic.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. He's going to fight into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. Flush to his right. Open man is Higgins. And he gets it down to the 32. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hey, watch that. Check line 54. Line 54. You'll get the ball. You think you want to go?
Looking to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Here's Matthew McCrane now for the field goal try. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Let's go.
At their own 26-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Love. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
Shoot. Let's put him on the buses.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Off play action. Love. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. On 2nd down now. Levy. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Back to throw. Love. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Bengals drive about to get going. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. That. Nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, Charlie. Hit it.
They'll look to throw here. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, you're on. Watch 10. Watch 10. Tight end left. Tight end left.
Throwing again. Love. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. This quarterback now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. Looking to throw. Love. He'll let this go for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. To throw again. Fox going deep downfield for Ross. And it's knocked away and incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Not too many breaks ahead, according to the radar. More snow on the horizon as we are back underway in half number 2. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll go again to Jones. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, 76 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
And take it.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, Because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Clark has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. 2nd and 15. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
On 2nd down, Levy. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Off the play fake. Love. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. The end result, 21 yards. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Back to throw. Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like they're... And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's the fullback. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. The point after is good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
At their own 38-yard line.
Ready up.
The Bengals drive about to get going. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
So I wasn't saying this Dwayne even though Cameron's there, but I said I guess he would know
Play
anyway
fake here
because
on
of Brady.
first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Looking to throw. Fox. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Yeah.
Kenny Clark. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Checking the NFL scoreboard. They're in the 3rd at MetLife Stadium. The Jets have scored again, so they open up a 2-touchdown advantage. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. They'll set up to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
What camera should say?
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. Back now at Lambeau. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
I was about to ask, is Busch Gardens open now?
Taken from just outside the 30. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Flushed out right. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Get it.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Third and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 38. And they're going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Pick me up. Here we go.
To throw on 2nd down. Love. And that's complete to Adams. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now a give running right. It's Cook. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Love. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 23. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
They'll keep it on the ground. Levy.
I ain't going to. I'm talking about
Get this down to the 10.
Because they want you
It's
to
a
do it
10-yard gain there. It sets him up now 1st and goal.
Okay, so I got Alex.
Let this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
And let them know. Then they're going to tell me to go to test. But what I do is I wait to see if that shit stop. Because normally it stops.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Because see when they do it too, which, you know, for me it don't matter because that's
and a nice pick up there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
So I don't really get fucking right up. That's what some of them idiots on our job been doing.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
I don't know about the baby hours. We can add and leave.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
His path became so a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a place, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Like, we got people that still, like, they've been crying about that shit. People been getting so mad. We got people that ain't been working like when that shit started. It's been like 7 months.
To the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1.
They don't have that league shit.
Here I come again.
They'll go with the keeper. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. So call that no gain.
Now they Joe, what you think Martin still on Martin?
Short here on
He ain't been to work since when did shit start? March, May, whenever this shit started. He don't go back. Now they told him August or fucking September.
So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on
shit,
for the field goal try.
They were supposed to come back
right hash at a bit of a tight angle.
The 15th of this month.
And his kick is
now they said August or
good.
September. The Soldiers ain't all back.
A lead that's already out of hand.
So
it's 3 more points,
and that
winds this thing out
even
even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
He's not better than shit. Hell yeah. No,
and off it goes.
This was before the COVID shit started.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Shut his damn kidneys down. Because they hit me up there like, no, he's fat, nigga.
The Bengals drive about
well, the
to
worst
get
thing that happened was when he went in.
this one.
He lost all that
Their
damn
offense
weight when he came out.
Did they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that.
I think that honestly, I remember one time I was on a team why he got out.
We were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right?
Because Joe's one of the people that be feeling like everybody should fucking
and pretty much said to everyone,
like
I want to see something executed well before we get out here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Again, it's Mixon, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, this is my thing. You can't make nobody become a murderer and don't want to be one. So you can't just force nobody over there to shoot them motherfuckers. You'll go to president and then you'll call them out on not being
Green
Christians.
Bay victory, and you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Well, you let your son go over
there. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils
that nigga ain't going
victory,
nowhere.
Don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of.
Hey, it's going to be a choice because I bet the rich white.
You talk about celebrating with each other.
I bet the rich white folks don't go.
We're going forward.
Everybody ain't going forward. They just finding ways to get out that shit.
5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Packers, it's an important win for their playoff
It ain't
hopes
gonna
as
be
they move to
first. They gotta go slide a
8-5.
little
And
money.
they will hit the road next week to
go.
take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, it's a rare misstep as they'll drop to 11-2 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home